Hello, my name is Vindy Jelita Ardhana. You can call me Miss Vindy. Today, I will tell you a story titled Little Red Riding Hood. Do you know what is Little Red Riding Hood?
Tahu. Kerudung merah.
Coba, Ica, yang mana di gambar ini si kerudung merah?
Yang ini.
Once upon a time, there lived a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood. She wore a beautiful red cap that her grandma had made for her. Grandma itu apa?
Nenek.
One day, her mother said, "Come here, Little Red Riding Hood. Your grandma is not very well. I will like you to take this bread and cheese to her, but remember to stay on the path." Bread and cheese itu apa?
Roti keju.
Little Red Riding Hood set off to her grandma's house. She lived on the other side of a forest. As Little Red Riding Hood was going through the wood, she met a wolf. Wolf itu apa?
Serigala.
Okay. Ya, di gambar ini yang mana serigala?
Yang ini.
He was waiting for her to get closer and closer and closer, and then he jumped out from behind a tree. The wolf asked, "Where are you going to?" Little Red Riding Hood said, "I am going to see my grandma because she is not very well." Jadi si serigala tadi nanya, "Kamu mau kemana?" katanya. Terus si kerudung merah jawab, dia mau ke rumah neneknya. The wolf gets at her and say, "See these pretty flowers." Flowers artinya apa coba?
Bunga.
"Why not pick some? I'm sure your grandma would love them," kata si serigala. "What a good idea," said Little Red Riding Hood, and she skipped from the path to look for flowers for her grandma. Then the wolf ran to grandma's house and knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock. "Who is there?" asked grandma. "Little Red Riding Hood," replied the wolf. Grandma whispered, "Come in. I am too ill to come to the door." The wolf let himself in. Poor Granny did not have time to say another word before the greedy wolf gobbled her up. He put on her nightgown and nightcap. He jumped into Granny's bed and pulled the covers over his nose. And then, unaware of what happened, Little Red Riding Hood come joyfully to her granny's house. Jadi si kerudung merah tadi datang ke rumahnya, ke rumah neneknya, and knocked on the door. Knock, knock. Behind the door, a hoarse voice answer. Tahu nggak horse itu artinya apa?
Kuda.
Nah, jadi si kuda ini jawab, "It is you, Little Red Riding Hood. Come in, come in," katanya si kuda. Now, Little Red Riding Hood realized that her granny may feel very ill, and feeling a little worried, stepped in the house. Little Red Riding Hood was very surprised when she saw her grandmother. Terus pas dia masuk ke rumah, si kerudung merah ini kaget. Dia bilang, "Granny, what happened to you? Why have you got those large ears?" Dia tanya, "Kenapa kok telingamu gede?" Dia bilang gitu kan. Terus si serigalanya jawab, "All the better to hear you with." Terus si kerudung merahnya nanya lagi, "And why have you got those big eyes?" Eyes itu mata ya. Jadi dia tanya, "Kenapa kau punya mata? Kau matanya gede?" Dia bilang kayak gitu. Terus si wolfnya jawab, "To see you better," said the wolf. Terus si kerudung merahnya nanya lagi, "What about those big sharp teeth? Kenapa kok gigimu tajam?" Dia bilang kayak gitu. Terus si wolfnya jawab, "All better to eat you," dia bilang, "buat makan kamu," dia bilang kayak gitu. Below the wolf, and with a jump and a gulp, he gulped Little Red Riding Hood up. "Yummy," he said, patting his large tummy. But the wolf didn't know that a forest ranger was just passing by. He had listened to Little Red Riding Hood talking to the wolf. At first, he himself thought that Granny had quite a coarse voice, but soon he realized that something odd was happening, and he rose into the house exactly when the wolf was patting his tummy. "You greedy wolf, spit out what you swallowed, or you'll never see another day," the ranger shouted, surprised and frightened. The wolf immediately spat Little Red Riding Hood and her grandma out of his belly and ran out the house. Jadi si Little Red Riding Hood sama neneknya sudah dalam perut, dikeluarkannya langsung gitu, karena dia takut kan. Terus Little Red Riding Hood and her granny thanked the brave forest ranger for rescuing them. Granny even started feeling better after eating some of the lovely food Little Red Riding Hood brought. There was no end to their joy. Oke, itu tadi ceritanya. Kasih. Ngerti nggak ceritanya?
Ngerti.
Kasih. Dadah dulu, dadah.